Hey, welcome back to another Haven't Read It video. We got 4 stories today from AITAH. Our first story of the day. Coworker had sex in our shared hotel room. Alright, so I am the boss of him. We are plumbers. Well, I am. He is a helper. I have worked out of town lots with super strict journeyman plumbers who taught me professionalism. This is my first time being in this responsibility. Out of the blue, I am chilling, and he brings a chick to the hotel spot we're in that we are sharing, and he goes and has passionate cuddling in the bathroom. I could hear it all. He never asked if he could do such a thing. Like, we are not friends. We are freaking coworkers. It was really uncomfortable. I get it. I am in trades, and we are supposed to have thick skin, which I do, but this just rubbed me super wrong. Like a total invasion of privacy, violating the spot I am at, potentially putting my work van, full of tools, at risk. Dramatic, I know. AITAH for being mad, and potentially getting him fired when I get back to the city. Also, it is only Monday, and we are out here until Friday. It really pissed me off, and I think I am overreacting. Edit. I wrote this immediately as this happened. I will not be getting him fired, but damn. If I did something like that as a helper level, I would be canned so fast. Edit. Boss of him for this work trip, as he is a helper with no credentials. I am a licensed plumber, not boss of the company.
Top comment says, even if you were best bros and this was a vacation, I'd at least expect a heads up. This is professional though, so a completely different level. Disclaimer, I am not in the trades. Someone replies, same. At least a heads up would have been respectful, especially if he was on the prowl. I've been in the trades my whole career and around tradespeople my entire life. Most of us only have sex around our employers. It's a sign of respect and a way to demonstrate our physical prowess and vigor. Job security. Someone replies to this comment saying, yes, but that requires maintaining dominance by doing her from behind while looking your coworker in the eye. He hid away in the toilet like a coward. Someone else replies, facts, I don't know about getting bro fired, but definitely need a what the fuck was that conversation. It is indeed offensive to have sex with a girl in the bathroom without prior notice. Especially when OP was in the room. OP should change a helper next time you go on a work trip. Second top comment says, if he wants to bang a chick on the road, he can go to her place. Right? Someone replies, banging a chick on the road adds another aspect to, why did the chick cross it in the first place? Someone replies, to get off on the other side, I guess. Request a different helper when you get back and mention to him that you don't appreciate that. Someone replies, word. Second story of the day, AITAH, for letting my pregnant daughter move in with me, even though my girlfriend doesn't want her to. I, a 40-year-old male, have an 18-year-old daughter with my ex-wife. Call her Maddie. We divorced when she was 7, and I have her 3 weekends a month. Her mom moved to a suburb, almost an hour outside the city to be closer to her family and for a better school. My work was in the city, and after a while, Maddie got sick of all the driving and asked if we could go to a different schedule. We talked most days on the phone, and I have been very involved in her life. She's a great student, graduated with over a 4.0, has a lot of friends, and what I thought, very nice boyfriend. She has no idea what she wants to do with her life, and had already decided to defer her scholarship a year to take classes at the community college and work. I also have a girlfriend, Vera, 37, and she gets along with Maddie great. We've been together about 2 years, and she just moved into my house a few months ago. Edit. Her roommate got married, and she couldn't afford rent alone. We've been together almost 2 years, and I was considering proposing. So it seemed like a good idea after she couldn't find another place. She pays the electric and water bills, but my house is paid off. So I just pay taxes, insurance, and the other utilities. And it's been great. I didn't really date much the past few years between Maddie and work, so it's nice having someone always around. Vera doesn't want kids of her own, and I don't want any more. So it's been great. So for all that, Maddie is pregnant, and her mom has kicked her out. Her boyfriend has another year left of nursing school and lives in a college apartment with roommates. She is of course staying here for now and found out late. She's due in January. She and her boyfriend went over the options and decided to keep the baby. She told me very meekly and asked if she could stay. I told her, of course. She knows this is disappointing, but she'll never stop being my baby, and if this is what's going to happen, I'm here to support her within reason, as in, I'm fine babysitting if she has work or class, and she will keep working and going to school, but I'm not babysitting for her to party or hang out with friends. If the boyfriend bails, which I was as kind as I could be, but told her happens even with the nicest boys, she would need to file child support, and I would give her grace before and after birth, but when she's recovered, she will go back to doing chores on top of baby ones. I told her and the boyfriend to sleep on it, and they did, and came back with actual thoughtful responses, and even a budget goal that I found impressive. So the tiny bedroom next to Maddie's that is currently home to a treadmill I never use is going to be a nursery. Of course, I've kept Vera in the loop during all of this, and she seemed really understanding until I told her the plan. She got upset and said if she wanted to raise a baby, she'd have one of her own. She said she didn't sign up for this and is not okay with it, and demanded I rescind the offer, that Maddie is 18 and needs to figure it out on her own if she wants to keep the baby. I told her I wouldn't do that. She'll always be my daughter and needs help. She threatened to move out if I didn't tell Maddie to get out, then got mad that I told her I understood. Now she's avoiding the both of us, but still staying here, or being snippy. I don't know what she expects me to do, but it's making the entire house anxious.
Edit. Stop saying that Vera would be shocked that Maddie moved in. This is Maddie's home. She's always lived here. Yes, the rest is a surprise, but not my daughter living in her home.
Top comment sums up how I feel. 18 is barely an adult, and actual adults who think 18 is a proper age to be 100% on their own are a problem. Good job still being willing to be a parent to your child when she needs you. NTA. Someone replies, yep, like bad things only really happen when you don't have any parental support. It's a nice comfort not many people have. Someone else replies, totally agree. Your first priority is and should always be your daughter. Second is your girlfriend. If your girlfriend can't understand this, then she's not the one for you. Your daughter is lucky to have a father who is loving and supporting. MTA. Second comment says, time to tell your girlfriend she can do what's best for her, but your daughter will probably be here for 3 to 4 years. Let her know you want her to stay, but your life will change. OP says, this is what I told her. She's not happy about it and being rude to me. Someone replies, yeah, exactly. Girlfriend has every right to bounce if it's not for her, but the kid isn't optional. That's his daughter. It's going to be messy for a while, but honestly, props to him for stepping up. I don't think the OP is an a-hole here, but Vera isn't either. I don't blame her for being suspicious, despite the OP's objections, that she will have the baby dumped on her. And she is likely angry that she moved in to the OP's house and now suddenly a teenager and her baby are going to be there too. I agree. Having an adult daughter suddenly move in and pregnant, that was not in the agreement. I'd be upset too. Next story. AITAH for telling my girlfriend she's going to have to get over dirt if she wants kids. My 25-year-old female girlfriend, Amy, 27-year-old female, is a wonderful person. She's very smart. She works in a clean room with computer chips and stuff, but she's also something of a germaphobe, to the point that she keeps her toothbrush in the hallway outside the bathroom in a Ziploc bag. Her apartment is always spotless. She showers 2 or 3 times a day. Even her car somehow never has any dirt on the floor. She hand washes all of her clothes as soon as she's done wearing them. It's both impressive and intimidating. I'm not the messiest person on the planet by any means. I don't have massive piles of unwashed dishes or a leaning tower of used pizza boxes or anything, but I'm not as clean as she is. I'm not against making some adjustments, but we've been talking more about the future now that we're getting serious, and I've come across a problem. Amy wants kids, desperately wants kids. I'd like kids too, but she's never been around babies or little kids before in her life and seems to think she'll be able to keep the house just as clean as it is now and keep the baby spotless too. I'm the oldest of 4 and the oldest cousin of 9. I grew up around kids. I've been babysitting since I was 10. There's no such thing as a clean toddler. Not for longer than 10 minutes at the very most. She thinks if we just work at it, we have a spotless house and a spotless kid. I told her gently that that's just not possible and asked how she plans on handling diapers, vomit, frogs smuggled into the house, jam going everywhere, soup bowls tipped over for fun, spilled grape juice, nail polish on the walls, and the like. She insisted that the kids who do that are just poorly trained and don't have good boundaries. I told her that they're kids without fine motor control or impulse regulation, and accidents will always happen. And if she wants to have kids, she's going to have to accept that they're going to get messy and our house will get messy. Amy accused me of not being supportive and trying to find excuses not to have kids with her, and trying to guilt her into being sloppier. This is dissolving into an actual fight instead of a discussion, and I'm starting to second guess myself. Maybe my family was just excessively messy because we were rural and poor. Maybe my standards are too low and we really haven't tried hard enough. It's very frustrating, and I want some outside perspective, parental perspective especially. Top comment says, just when you think you clean up all the poop and mess, you find a casual pile of vom behind a pillow. Someone replies, ugh, reminds me of the time I found out that my little cousin found a loophole in potty training by piling cat litter in her closet and using that instead. Second comment says, Dad of 2 here, you're not the a-hole, and you're right. Messes are inevitable with kids. You can't work at getting a newborn to not spit up or not pee during a diaper change. Potty training exists, of course, but you're going to be dealing with so many accidents, so many late night sheet changes. You'll find food on her kids in the weirdest, most random places. Next comment says, she needs to lower her expectations or she's going to be horribly disappointed. Someone replies, all the joy will be regimented out of those kids' lives as they live in fear of mom's wrath anytime they generate a speck of dirt. That is true. Someone else replies, my cousin married a woman like this. Their 2 kids basically weren't allowed to play outside because she was too anxious about them potentially getting grass stains on their clothes. For fuck's sake, then don't dress your 3-year-old like they're going to meet the Pope. Her child will be so trained that the innocence and joys of being a child are just non-existent. Someone else says, this is why I wouldn't commit to a family with her. She's definitely going to mess up her kids by forcing them to be just like her. By the way, new moms are lucky to get 1 shower a day. 3 is ridiculous. NTA, she has no clue at all. She thinks she'll just command little kids to be nice and clean. Has she met a toddler? Because the can and will do the fuck they want. And we'll do it in the most fuck you way just to spite you. This is a great response to this comment. She needs to babysit some kids. She's going to die over she doesn't want kids. I don't know what that means, but yeah, she definitely needs to babysit some kids first and see just how messy they are. And our final story of the day, WIBTA for telling my fiance his friends can't hang out at our future marital home. Hey everyone, I'm really struggling with this and need some outside perspective. My fiance and I are getting married in 3 months. We found this perfect little house and we're so excited to start our life there. The plan was for him to move in first to slowly get it ready for us, furnishing it, buying all the little things we need, making it a home. I already gave a pretty big inch. He asked if his best friend could move in temporarily since they're starting a business together and the friend needed to get out of his parents' house. I wasn't thrilled. This was supposed to be our project, but I said okay because I want to support him. Now he wants to start having his whole friend group over every week to hang out, play games, and have sleepovers. I tried to explain how much this upset me, and his response was, "This is a good thing. Why can't you just be happy for me? I finally have a place to host my friends." And that just broke my heart. Because I am happy, he's happy, but I'm not happy about this. This isn't just his apartment. It's our first marital home. I'm spending my time picking out curtains and towels and dreaming about our life together there. The thought of a bunch of guys using our new coffee mugs, spilling on our new couch, and treating the space we're building with so much care, like a crash pad, makes me feel physically sick. It makes all my excitement feel stupid. I won't get to experience any of the firsts. The first time we cook a meal together in our new kitchen, the first time we have a quiet Sunday morning on the porch, those moments will already be used up. I'll just be moving into his and his friends' leftover space. It already feels like I'm losing the specialness of it all. There are other issues too. We're Muslim and his friends aren't. And their idea of fun often involves alcohol, which I don't want in our home. And honestly, I just want our home to be clean and peaceful, not a weekly hangout spot. But at its core, this isn't just about the drinking. It's about him not seeing that this house is a symbol of US. He's treating it like his bachelor pad, and my feelings about it are just a nuisance getting in the way of his fun. He says I'm not there yet, so it shouldn't matter, but that feels so dismissive. Don't my feelings matter now? So, am I the asshole? Am I being a controlling bridezilla for not wanting his friends having sleepovers in the home we're supposed to start our marriage in? Top comment. You need to take a step back because you guys have some fundamental differences that are going to ruin your marriage if you don't deal with them now. I suggest premarital counseling. You need to find some compromises like friend does not move in, but he can host friends over once a week. Alcohol or no alcohol is a deal breaker in my opinion if this is a religious issue. Someone else says, he's treating this as if you're just a guest moving into his place later, when really, you're both supposed to be building this space together. That's a fundamental mismatch in how you're viewing your future, and it's not small. NTA. Does he plan on ending the whole bachelor pad vibe when you move in, or does he expect you to be obedient housemaid to clean up after them? I hate to tell you this, but in my opinion, you made a mistake by buying a place together before he had ever lived on his own. He had so much to learn about adulting and being a partner, and it doesn't seem, at least from your narrative, that he's anywhere near ready for that and is going to guilt trip you for not letting him act like a frat boy in your home. In my opinion, you're not the a-hole. I completely understand from your perspective, especially at the beginning. You already allowed his friends to move in temporarily, and now he wants his whole friend group. I understand not wanting alcohol also. People have different views around it. I'd say it would be different if this was a few months after moving in, but at the beginning, it's just no. It's very stressful moving at the beginning, and you don't need all the noise and racket going around. I like to comment about living on his own first, because I needed to too. I moved in with my girlfriend after high school, and I did not know how to be self-sufficient. Thanks for watching, hit the like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.